Hola, hola. So tonight I'm checking in. This is day 5 of my 30-day go live challenge, where I'm using going live. So those of you that have already watched this is going to get old, but some people haven't, so I'm just going to redo it. So I'm using live to practice getting more comfortable in front of the camera, or practice verbal communication, practice public speaking. And today I'm a little bit later than usual because it was my kiddo's 6th birthday, so we were occupied and having a little bit of party festivities. So checking in a little bit later than usual, and I'm doing something else slightly different today. Is I'm recording this and I'm going to put it in StreamYard, which is what streams it into multiple social platforms. But I'm actually recording this, and then I'm going to load it into StreamYard. And the reason is, the last 4 days, I watch it and it's fuzzy and it looks like shit. So I'm going to go. It's still live in the sense that this is one take, no editing, no going back, no second, third, fourth takes. But I'm going to give this a shot today, and if it feels like it's cheating, then I'll change it up tomorrow. But it feels I would rather, if I were even trying to watch this, I'd rather watch something that was pre-recorded live than something that's completely fuzzy and looks like shit. So anyway, so what I'm going to talk about real quickly is I talked to an entrepreneur earlier today, and what he was ready to hire a sales team or build a sales team or hire a sales rep. And I asked him, like, kind of, okay, so where are you at on things? Like, I mean, how many leads are you getting per month, per week? Like, how much, does the market know who you are? Like, tell me what this sales rep is going to do. And it really dawned on me, this is not the first time I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation with entrepreneurs a lot. And by that, I mean people that are ready to hire a sales rep to solve problems that a new sales rep shouldn't be solving. And there are two things come to mind when I think of this. One is when founders or entrepreneurs want to hire a sales rep because they don't want to sell. So it's, I've started this business. Maybe I have a couple clients. I've got a website, and I don't want to sell. So I'm going to hire somebody to do it for me. And I completely understand it. It'd be like me hiring somebody to go live for me doing this, right? The thing is, when you hire somebody to do something that you haven't done, that you haven't defined a best practice for, that you haven't really defined like what good looks like, that you don't have any real like metrics for success, that you don't have any examples to show them or to give them, you're not setting that person up for success. Not only that, you're not you don't know how to manage that process unless you know more about it. So if you're early stage, I always recommend to entrepreneurs, do your own sales. No one can sell yourself better than you. No one can sell your services or your product better than you. And even if you don't love selling, which I completely understand, I wasn't a natural salesperson when I got into sales. I had to follow a process and learn things, and it wasn't very comfortable at first. But I will tell you, there is no one that can sell what I do or what we do better than I can. And when I actually execute that process myself, I'm able to figure out what works, figure out what doesn't. And then when I do hire somebody to do the sales, I'm actually able to tell them from experience, all right, this is what works, this is what doesn't, this is how you're going to win, this is how you're going to lose. The other benefit that you get as a founder, early stage entrepreneur in doing your own sales is an R&D channel. You're going to get a ton of information from your prospects and from your potential clients when you're talking to them in that sales call or in that sales process. You're going to figure out what questions do they have. You're going to figure out what kind of objections do they have. What are the reasons that they won't buy from you? What is going on in the mind of your prospect? And that, I mean, that information is gold. So there's a lot that you're going to get, a lot of really good experience that you're going to get as a founder in selling your own products and services when you get started. And by doing it yourself and learning that process and establishing a process, you're going to be in a better position to set somebody up that when you do hire them, you can set them up for success because you have a best practice, you have a process, you have a system that they can come in and execute. And maybe if they're a really experienced salesperson, maybe they can improve it. But starting with a completely blank slate is usually not a good reason to go. Is not a good way to get started as a salesperson. And hiring somebody to sell your stuff because you don't want to very early is usually a mistake. So that's one scenario that I see quite a bit. The other scenario I see quite a bit is hiring a salesperson to solve what are fundamentally business challenges and even less fundamentally marketing challenges. So this particular conversation today and many like it that I've had before go something like this. I don't have any business. I don't have any leads. No one knows who I am. And I don't know how to differentiate myself in the market. So I'm going to hire a salesperson to fix all these challenges. I'm going to hope that by hiring a really good salesperson, some kind of unicorn rock star salesperson, they're going to come in and they're going to pick up the phone and start doing something that is going to make the market aware of who we are. That's going to create some interest. Like if you heard in a couple of lives that I did, the AIDA model, awareness, interest, desire, action. We're going to ask a salesperson, brand new salesperson with no process, no marketing whatsoever, no foundation laid, no groundwork laid, to do all the work of marketing and move this entire market through the entire journey that usually marketing is working through. We're going to ask them again to create the awareness, create interest, create the desire, then ask them to take action. And I'm telling you, I cannot say this enough or emphasize this enough. Salespeople, sales teams, sales as a function is not a good marketing channel. It's inefficient. It is incredibly expensive, and finding good people, good salespeople that are willing to do that, to move people through from cold all the way to action, in a place that you have no market awareness, that you have no you're not going to find good people to do it. Like that's a marketing challenge, and hiring salespeople to fix what is an absence of marketing it never works. It never works. You'll go through salespeople, you'll blame the salesperson, because there's just not. If you're a small business, if you're an early stage entrepreneur, if you're a business coach or a consultant or whatever it is, any B2B service provider, and you don't have any marketing going on, then hiring a salesperson to fix all of the growth challenges that you have is like hiring a salesperson to fix the business. And that's not the role of the salesperson. And you're very rarely, never, going to find a salesperson that just steps in and poof, fixes everything. And I would say, arguably, if you did, that's still not a great place to be, because the salesperson is going to have been the person that really understands the strategy. They're going to understand your business more than you do if they're able to go into a market and do all the work that marketing normally does and close the sale and move them through the process. That's not. What do you do if you lose that person? That's not a good place to be. It actually ends up being kind of volatile and risky. So those are a couple things that I see pretty often, and it is hiring salespeople to fix problems that really need to be fixed internally with you as a founder, or in the business itself, like through the strategy, through the marketing, through other aspects of the business. And I've seen it time and time again. And my only advice here is when you take a step back, just ask yourself, what problem are you actually trying to solve here? And is it sales? Yes, that's the result that you want. But if you back that up into the leading indicators, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? And in that latter case, it's an awareness problem. It's a marketing problem. And that's usually the best case or the best question to be asking if you're hiring salespeople. What problem are you trying to solve? And I think that's it for tonight. A little later than usual, but day 5, check. And thanks for listening.